For 45 years, the man sat with people in pain, and the one thing he said over and over again was this: I teach only suffering and the transformation of suffering. Not enlightenment, not God, not metaphysics. Suffering and the way out. That sentence is why this book exists, and it may be the most useful sentence you ever let in. This is a summary of the heart of the Buddha's teaching by Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Zen master nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Martin Luther King Jr., who spent decades watching people destroy themselves not from lack of intelligence, but from lack of a framework for their pain. This book gives you that framework. And tonight, lying wherever you are right now, you have better access to it than most humans who have ever lived. If you want a summary like this every week, subscribing takes one tap. Here is the ache this book addresses. You are probably running, not physically, mentally. There is a horse in your mind galloping, and you are on its back, and when someone asks where you are going, the honest answer is, I don't know. Ask the horse. The horse is your habit energy, the patterns of thinking and reacting and consuming that run on their own, pulling you forward, and you call it life. You feel vaguely dissatisfied, sometimes deeply sad, and when you try to sit still with that feeling, you last about 40 seconds before reaching for your phone. You are not broken. You are doing exactly what the Buddha diagnosed 2,600 years ago, and he left a way out. The book organizes itself around the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. The Four Noble Truths are: suffering exists, suffering has causes, suffering can end, and there is a path that ends it. The Eightfold Path is that path: right view, right thinking, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right diligence, right mindfulness, and right concentration. But before any of these become real for you, something harder has to happen first. Your suffering is a holy thing. Thich Nhat Hanh does not let you skip this. He opens with it. The Buddha said, suffering is a holy truth, not because suffering is good, but because it is the door. You cannot enter without it. If you approach the Buddha pretending to feel fine, pretending your anxiety is manageable and your loneliness is just tiredness, you cannot communicate with him. But if you walk toward him with the pain still wet on your face, something opens. The key is not to drown in your suffering and not to pretend it away. He uses a garden image. When one tree is sick, care for it. But do not stop seeing all the healthy trees. You are allowed to be in pain and notice beauty at the same time. In fact, you must. People who have known hunger, he writes, understand the miracle of having food. People who have known cold understand warmth in a different register. Your suffering, if you do not run from it, becomes the very thing that wakes you up to what is already there. This is not a comfort, it is a direction. Why the horse keeps galloping. The Buddha identified 4 kinds of food that keep suffering alive, and most people have never heard of 3 of them. The first is literal food. What you eat, how you eat, whether you are present when you eat, or whether you are somewhere else entirely while your body sits at the table alone. He tells a story of parents who, crossing a desert starving, realize they must eat their own child to survive. Every bite they take, they weep. The Buddha then asks his monks, do you think many people today are eating their children's flesh without knowing it? Smoking destroys your lungs, and your children need your lungs. Drinking can plant the seed of addiction in your children. This is not guilt. It is seeing clearly. The second food is sense impressions. Everything you let in through your eyes and ears and mind is food. The television program is food. The conversation is food. The news article at 11 at night is food. Some of it is wholesome. A lot of it is toxic, watering seeds of craving, fear, and violence in you so gradually you never notice the harvest. The Buddha offered a brutal image: a cow with no skin, standing by a wall crawling with insects, being consumed from every direction. That is us, every hour if we are not careful. The third food is intention, the deep engine of your life, the thing you are actually organizing yourself around. Some people's entire existence is organized around revenge, some around a job title, some around being liked. You will move heaven and earth for whatever you have decided will make you happy. The tragedy is that the thing you have decided will make you happy is very often exactly what is keeping you from it. One afternoon, the Buddha ate lunch with his monks, and a farmer ran up shouting, "Have you seen my cows? Have you seen my sesame crop? I will not survive this." The Buddha watched him leave and said, "Dear friends, do you know you are the happiest people on earth? You have no cows to lose." The fourth food is consciousness itself, the accumulated weight of everything you have ever thought, said, and done, flowing forward like a river, forming the life you are now living. This one cannot be changed in a day, but it can be changed. The first step to changing any of them is to stop running long enough to see them, to sit with your suffering and say, "I know you are there. I will take care of you." Not fight it, not analyze it for hours. Just stop. Be with it. Like a mother picking up a crying baby. The moment she holds it, before she understands anything, the baby already feels some relief. That practice is called shamatha, stopping, and without it, nothing else works. The miracle you are not using. Right mindfulness is the seventh element of the Eightfold Path, but Thich Nhat Hanh teaches it third because it is the engine that makes all the others possible. And he describes it in a way most meditation books do not. Mindfulness has 7 miracles. The first is simply being present, actually here, not somewhere in last Tuesday or next month. The second is making the other person present too. When you look at someone you love and you are genuinely there, not running the tape of what you already think you know about them, you make them real. Most of us live with concepts of the people we love. We stopped actually seeing them years ago. The third miracle is nourishing what you pay attention to. He asks, when did you last look at the eyes of your beloved and ask, truly ask, who are you? Not to get an answer you already expect, to actually not know. Attention is a form of water. What you give it to grows. The fourth miracle is relieving suffering, not through solutions, through presence. If someone is in pain and you can sit with them, still, solid, not trying to fix anything, your presence alone is a mantra. It transforms the room without you saying a word. The seventh miracle is transformation. And this is the one that asks the most of you. You want to stop a habit, smoking, drinking, rage, scrolling at midnight. Mindfulness cannot force it to stop, but mindfulness can help you see the habit clearly, see its effects clearly, feel its weight clearly, until one day, the seeing is enough. One man arrived at Plum Village after years of trying to quit smoking. He stopped the first day. Why? Because everyone around him wasn't smoking, and he simply asked himself, why should I? The group energy was stronger than his habit energy. You cannot always manufacture that alone. This is why Thich Nhat Hanh keeps returning to the Sangha, the community. Practice is not a solo project. Mindfulness is not relaxation. It is the act of becoming genuinely awake to what is happening in your body, your feelings, your mind, and the world. Right now, not as a concept, not as a memory, but as this breath, this step, this moment, which is already complete. The wave who forgot it was water. There is a section in this book that can change the way you think about dying and about being alive. Thich Nhat Hanh asks you to look at a wave. The wave has a beginning and an end. It rises and it falls. It can be compared to other waves, higher or lower, more beautiful or less. And one day it reaches the shore. If the wave does not know that it is water, it will spend its whole existence in fear of that shore. We are the wave. We believe we began at our birth and will end at our death. We build our entire emotional life around this. Everything that threatens the wave, illness, failure, the loss of someone we love, terrifies us because we believe this is all we have, all we are. But the wave is already water. It does not need to die to become it. The water is its nature right now. Birth and death are descriptions of the surface. They do not touch the substance. This is what the Buddha called nirvana, not a place you go after you die, but a dimension of reality available to you in this moment, if you stop organizing yourself entirely around the signs. Impermanence is not the problem. Wanting things to be permanent is the problem. The Buddha offered this image: a dog that was hit by a stone and got angry at the stone. The stone did not throw itself, but the dog blamed the stone. We blame impermanence for our suffering when the real cause is our clinging. See impermanence clearly, and you begin to cherish what is here. See non-self clearly. See that the flower is partly you, and you are partly the flower, that your children contain you and you contain your ancestors, and the boundaries that cause so much of your fear and anger start to dissolve. You stop fighting the stone. What the rest of your life could look like. Right livelihood is usually summarized as don't work for weapons manufacturers. Thich Nhat Hanh takes it further. He says your vocation is either nourishing your understanding and compassion or eroding them. Every hour you spend doing something that requires you to be numb is an hour of erosion. Right. Livelihood is not a job description. It is a question. Is the way I am living in this season of my life moving me toward compassion or away from it? Right speech is usually summarized as don't lie. He takes that further too. He describes a practice of writing a letter to someone you are in conflict with. You write it only when you are genuinely in contact with their suffering, not your anger at them, but their actual pain. You write until compassion is present. You send it only when the letter itself is an act of love. Most conflicts exist only because no one has done this. 1 hour of genuine listening, he writes, can transform a relationship. One letter written with real understanding can restore what years of distance broke. This is the noble Eightfold Path in daily life, not a monastery, not a retreat. This morning, when you wake up, the practice is to stop the galloping horse. Just for a moment, look around and notice that the land is visible. The ocean of suffering is real. But if you turn, you can see the shore. The farmer who lost his cows ran off in the other direction, and the Buddha turned to his monks and said, "Dear friends, do you know you are the happiest people on earth?" He was not talking about the monks. He was talking about anyone who has stopped accumulating cows, anyone who has let one thing go, one fear, one grudge, one image of who they are supposed to be, and felt, even for 10 seconds, the strange light that comes after. You have never been born Thich Nhat Hanh writes, "And you will never die." That is not a consolation. That is an invitation to live every moment of whatever you have here as though it is already complete. Because it is. The wave does not need to reach the shore to be water. It already is. If something in this video stayed with you, drop it in the comments. And a like helps more than you know.